Our set list is a little bit of everybody that's in the band.
Well, it's very eclectic.
Mostly 60s, but we've also been adding more new stuff.
Wonder Bread was our high school band. You know, it formed, the roots of it kind of formed freshman year in high school. And it was 4 guys that went to Bill's high school and me, who went to that high school's arch rival. And we got together, and just from the love of the music that was coming out, we wanted to be part of that.
I mean, to find friends that could actually play guitars, it actually wasn't so much that it was actually had guitars. You know?
Yeah.
You know, well, let's invite
We
so-and-so,
could almost
he's got
play
an
guitar.
amp. He wants an amp.
Yeah.
You know?
I think there was a major cultural change going on. I think people's hearts were opening up. I think the 50s were a very rigid decade. You know, there was a lot good about the 50s, but there was a lot being suppressed there as well. And in the 60s and the 70s, it was all being opened up, and it was being opened up in a spirit of love, and also in a spirit of let's change things for the better. And a lot of that music, that's really what it was about.
That was it for me. You know, if a record came out, you memorized it all. That's the template for all of that music post 1964.
Could never really live without you. So you can't do
The first 5 or 6 albums are just such a schooling in rhythm and blues and in playing down and dirty music.
Well, it seems to me that you have seen too much in too few years. And though you've tried, you just can't hide your eyes out extra tears. You better stop. Look around.
Bill Keita just was interested in doing that song, and he started kind of playing it on the acoustic guitar, and it sounded country.
Here comes your 1930 breakdown.
You know, if they're not listening closely, they're going to have to kind of scratch their head and what is this? I know I've heard some of this. You know, is this Trace Adkins? Brought such consciousness to what he was doing and to the lyrics. I mean, the man's legacy is amazing.
Well, now ain't no use turning on
babe. Now I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I'm thinking and wondering all down the road. I once loved a man, a child I've been told. Well, I gave him my heart, but he wanted my soul. So don't think twice, it's alright.
His lyrics especially do really sort of convey the human condition or the human experience at the times that he's writing them.
Still I wish there was something you might do or say to try to get me change my mind and stay. Well, we never did too much talking anyway, so don't think twice, it's alright.
You know, that sound. With a real tight three-part harmony. From my end of things here, that's kind of where I'm coming from. But that jangly kind of stuff, I love it.
Part of the effect that I use with the 12-string is like chimes and bells.
Just took the electric guitar to such a different place than it was before he started.
He was a blues master. There was so much other genres he delved into. It's hard to even put a name on something.
I've always loved summertime, who doesn't? I thought we could do something really unique with it.
One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and will take the sky. Until that morning, there's nothing in so hush, little baby, now, don't you cry, no, don't you cry.
But it just gives you an opportunity to be a little more expressive and to put your signature on something and let loose a little bit.
in the melody and the harmonies. They just make it such a grand, powerful force. Music it's alive. Once it's created, it's there and it's forever. So it's like this legacy that does live on.
There is a lot of life in music, and there's a lot of energy in music.
And it's alive in the moment that you create it, but it's also alive when we recreate it.
Shooting in the dark too long, if something's not right, it's wrong. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go home.
And even though it's not a physical being per se, I suppose it's about as close as you can come to being alive without being in a body.
When you played a record album, a vinyl record album, you put it on the turntable and you sat down and you listened to it. The old records had a warmth to them, and the way we listened to music in those days was different. We're going to play it and we're going to enjoy it like a concert experience, or something a whole lot more like that than what happens today.
No, it's 50 years now since 1960s. The music that was created at that point still has a good deal of power. You see younger and younger people getting into it and understanding it.
'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if our new love was in vain.
I don't see why it can't last centuries and more.